Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Radha Kirtor Gopinath ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki, Gaur Premanande. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai.
जय। श्री श्री राधा खिरचोर गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई सुदर्शन जी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। की बजायो जयो गौर चंदे आरती को शोभा की बजायो जयो चंदे आरती को शोभा की बजायो जयो गौर चंदे आरती को शोभा की बजायो ओ जयो गौर चंदे आरती को शोभा जानावी ताटवाने जगा मन लोभा जानावी ताटवाने जगा मन लोभा जानावी ताटवाने जगा मन लोभा जानावी ताटवाने जगा जन लोभा दक्षिण निताय चाँद बामे गदाधर की बदखी निताय चाँद बामे गदाधर दक्षिण निताय चाँद बामे गदाधर की बदखी निताय बामे गदाधर निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी वास छत्रधार निकटे अद्वैत वास छत्रधार निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी वास छत्रधार निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी छत्रधार दोषी आचे गौरचान रत्न सिंहासने की बबोशी आचे गौरचान रत्न सिंहासने की बबोशी आचे गौरचान रत्न सिंहासने आचे गौरचान सिंहासने आरती कोरे न ब्रह्मा आदि देवगणे आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगणे आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगणे आरती करे ना आदि गणे जीवन हरि आदि कोरे चामर डुलाया 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 संजय मुकुंद दाशु घोषादि गाया संजय मुकुंद दाशु घोषादि गाया संजय मुकुंद बासु घोषादि गाया मुकुंद बाजु घोषादि गाया शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला मधुरा मृदंग मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे 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 बाजे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौर शिव बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी बदन उज्ज्वल शिव बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वल शिव बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वल कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वल गलदेशे बनमाला करे झलमाला गलदेशे बनमाला करे झलमाला गलदेशे वनमाला करे झलमाला जलमाला शिव शिव शुक नारद प्रेमे गद गद 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 भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपद गौरार संपद गौरांगे आरती को शोभा जग जाने रमाना लोभा 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 जग जाने रमाना लोभा जग जाने रमाना लोभा जग जाने रमाना लोभा नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे देशाशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahladaladaine, Prahladaladaine, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Shilatankarnakhalaye, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimho, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimho, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho, Bahe Narsimho, Hridaye Narsimho, Bahe Hridaye Narsimho, Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade, Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade, Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahansa, Parbrajagacharya, Statara Sata Shri Srimad, Abhayacharana Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahansa, Parbrajagacharya, Statara Sata Shri Srimad, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Jidandi Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki. Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Chikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shaimakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki. Vrindavan Dham Ki. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki. Ganga Mai Ki. Jamuna Mai Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki. Harinam Sankirtan Ki. Brihat Mridanga Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Haribol. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please remain seated. We're just going to move on to the next part of our program. So thank you all for coming to today's Sunday Feast program. Today is actually a very special day. We have some very special guests here today. So definitely stay. If there's no room in the temple room, there's also room up on the balcony, so you can access the balcony through the hallway. So, yep, I'm just going to wait till everyone settles down before I introduce. And please move up. We're going to have more individuals coming later on. So those of you in the back, please move up. Thank you so much. So before I announce our very special speaker for the evening, I just have a few housekeeping announcements. So first and foremost, for those of you who are here for the first time or the second time, our washrooms are located just downstairs on the lower level. We also ask that children under 12 must be supervised by their parents at all times, and we thank you for your cooperation with that. And then we also humbly request that during Artik, we are asking that all females or Matajis please stand on this side of the temple room, so in front of Lord Jagannath, and then all males or Prabhus, please stand on Gaurnathai's side, so all the way on that end of the temple room. So once again, we thank you for your humble cooperation with that. And then we also, please visit our temple boutique. So our boutique is called the Matchless Gift Shop. So you can find the boutique just down the hallway, and there's a lot of items, so definitely take a look at that. And then while you're there, head a little bit further down the hallway and you will see our Govinda's restaurant. So there's a lot of yummy, delicious food at the Govinda's restaurant, including pizzas, cheesecakes, and many, many more. So please look at the menu board there. If you wish to donate, please speak with a devotee at the front desk. All right, so now I'm going to introduce our speaker for the evening. Do you want to have a drum roll? Drum roll, kind of. Okay, so we're going to be introducing His Grace Partha Prabhu. He can come on up, yeah. So His Grace Partha Prabhu and his wife, Her Grace Uttama Prabhu, who is just sitting to the left of me, waving, yes. So they were married in 1971 and initiated together by Srila Prabhupada himself in 1973. So they have 3 children and 8 grandchildren. They spent many years overseeing the Vancouver Pujari department, where Partha Prabhu was a head Pujari for 20 years, and Uttama Prabhu was a head seamstress and dresser. So they have facilitated youth Bhagavad Gita readings for decades, among other numerous services. And seeing how unhealthy marriages adversely affect individuals and communities, they decided to train as marital educators. So they are two of the founding members of the Grihastha Vision team and have mentored numerous couples and facilitated seminars around the world. Together, they specialize in premarital education. They are also co-authors along with the GVT members of Heart and Soul Connection, which is a devotional guide to marriage, service, and love. You can find this at VaishnavaFamilyResources.org. So today we will be hearing from His Grace Partha Prabhu on the topic of Sri Ram leading by example. Let's extend a warm welcome to Partha Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Anyone here for the first or second time? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girvaridhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girvaridhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girvaridhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girvaridhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Sodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I would like to read one verse and purport from the 9th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 10, text 51. It's a verse about an incarnation of Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, who appeared in the previous age, who was a great, very saintly, exemplary king. And it's the incarnation of Krishna, and his appearance day is actually next Thursday, and there'll be a festival here in honor of Lord Ramachandra. So as a little teaser for that festival, I'll just maybe say a little bit about Lord Ramachandra. Today, his kingdom and something called Ram Raj, the kingdom of Lord Ram. So I'm just going to read the verse once. Tretayam vartamanayam kalakrita samo bhavat Rame rajat dharme gyane sarvabhuta sukhalvahe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Lord Ramachandra became king during Treta Yuga. But because of his good government, the age was like Satya Yuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. Purport. Among the 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, the Kali Yuga is the worst. But if the process of Varnashram Dharma is introduced even as age of Kali, the situation of Satya Yuga can be invoked. The Hare Krishna movement or the Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. Kaler doshe nidhe rajan ascheko mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha param vijet. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Bhagavatam 12:351. If people take to this Sankirtan movement of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, they will certainly be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga. And the people of this age will be happy as the people were in Satya Yuga, the golden age. Anyone, anywhere, can easily take to this Hare Krishna movement. One need only chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, observe the rules and regulations, and stay free from the contamination of sinful life. Even if one is sinful and cannot give up sinful life immediately, if he chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with devotion and faith, he will certainly be freed from all sinful activities and his life will be successful. Param Vajayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. This is the blessing of Lord Ramachandra, who has appeared in this age of Kali as Lord Gaurasundar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namaon Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhuttade Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Nauravani Pacharane Nirvashesa Sunyavadi Pashtat Jadeshatanane Vamaganati Marandasha Janan Janan Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Jaina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So in previous ages, long ago, the world and countries in this world would be run by monarchs. And in previous ages, these monarchs were not simply rulers, but they were also known as Rajarshis, which is two words, Raja and Rishi. So Raja is a ruler, and Rishi is a sage or a saintly person. So in previous ages, rulers of countries were not only great kings, but they also possessed very saintly, godly qualities. And thus they were able to rule their countries in a way very different to which countries are ruled today. And now monarchies are practically abolished around the world because the monarchs over time became gradually corrupted and simply interested in their own interests, not really interested in the lives and the concerns of their peoples. And my wife Uttama, she gave me this nice list of some of the very interesting qualities of Lord Ramachandra. So I'd just like you to consider these for a minute. One, so he was very principled. Some people have principles, but their principles change according to time and circumstance for their self-aggrandizement or self-benefit. So that's not really principled, mean you have principles and that's how you live your life. They had prowess. So these great Kshatriyas in Vedic times, if there was a battle, they would actually be on the front line. You wouldn't be sitting in some bunker hundreds or thousands of miles from the conflict. They would actually be there supporting the troops. So that was real prowess. They were conscientious to follow their principles and live that life and guide their citizens. They were grateful to everyone. How many political leaders are actually concerned for the people, not just paying lip service, but actually very conscientiously concerned about every citizen in their kingdom? That's hard to imagine. Here's another one that's very hard to imagine. He was truthful. Truthful politician, that's like oxymoron. It's very rarely seen today. He had high morals and accompanying conduct. So he lived according to very moral principles. He was munificent. Kings would not only tax, but they would use those taxes to benefit the people, and in times when there was scarcity, their treasuries, they would open their treasuries to look after the benefit of the citizens. So they were very, very munificent in that way. They were competent. They could actually do these things because they were very intelligent and very much empowered. One quality with Lord Ramachandra, he had a pleasing appearance. And he had control over anger. See some politicians in the current age, and they have difficulties with that. And he was never jealous of anyone. He accepted the good qualities of everyone. So thus he was a Rajarshi. And so Prabhupada described in this purport how during the reign of this great king, Lord Ramachandra, it was like a previous age prior to the age that he was in which it was a very unique atmosphere in which the entire population of the world was very much fixed in God consciousness, very absorbed in God consciousness. And that concept of life, there's an interesting scripture called Sri Ishupanishad, which describes this state of God consciousness in which these kingdoms, like in Satyuga and the kingdom of Lord Ramachandra, the type of consciousness that people possessed. So that consciousness, it's described, it's described nicely in two verses. And the first is Om Purnam Araha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate. So the premise is the personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and He's created this material world which is also equipped as a perfect, complete whole. And within this world, there is actually a perfect, complete arrangement for the maintenance and sustenance of all living entities. So that is actually the arrangement of the Creator of this world that we live in. There is actually a perfect, complete arrangement for everyone. And the next verse qualifies what it's like to live in that kingdom with the proper attitude. It's Ishvashamidam Sarvam Yat Kincham Jagatam Jagat Tena Chaktena Bunjita Magrita Kashasvidanam. And that's to understand that everything with this creation is owned and controlled by the Supreme Lord. Everything, the earth, the water, the sky, we're all parts and parcels of God, so in that sense we're a part of Him. So everything is owned and controlled by the Lord, totally. And understanding that is described, therefore, everyone should only accept what is given to him as his God-given quota, and one should not encroach upon the rights of others. So that's not like in communism, everyone got rations. It's not that in Vedic times there was some ration, you only got so much bread. And that's what it was like in the Soviet Union. Things were rationed. There was scarcity. In Vedic civilization, there was abundance. It was actually a very much agrarian-oriented society. And so how could you have a state where everyone is satisfied? That's very hard to imagine in the age we live in now, which is very chaotic, very unpredictable, and very stressful. Like, if you can imagine an age in which everyone was relaxed, satisfied, peaceful. That's the state of a kingdom in consciousness that's described in this Ishupanishad. So everyone realized their relationship with God. They realized that they were a part of God. Just like my telephone has different parts. There's a screen on it. My screen broke once, and it was repaired for free. But the cost of the screen might have been, I don't know, $50 or something. So if you have that screen of the phone separate from the phone, it has a value of $50. That's all its only value. If that screen is attached to the phone, all of a sudden the phone's worth maybe $700, $800, and you can do all kinds of things with it. It becomes valuable. So the part by itself independently doesn't really attain its full value. But when a part of any machine or device is connected to the device as a whole and is functioning as a part in relationship with that whole, it attains the accumulated value. So in the same way, if we can see and understand how we are parts and parcels of God, and we're meant to somehow serve Him by serving others, and understand that by His arrangement, there is an allotted quota for all of us. And again, that's not some ration, but that everyone has enough that they're satisfied. And they're satisfied primarily also because they have a relationship with God. So it's not the Vedic religion, Krishna consciousness. It's not God-fearing, it's God-loving. That we understand God is the supreme, most compassionate, kind person, and we want to serve Him. And that attitude and relationship that one develops with God, that's what gives one the inner satisfaction and happiness. Therefore, one is happy just within himself. One can become self-satisfied. In the present day and age, people are either devoid of consciousness or only pay lip service to religion, but don't actually live their religion in their hearts. And therefore people, they're not really fully satisfied. And therefore seeking satisfaction in this material, we tend to look for more things that will try and satisfy us. There's a greed develops. And the problem with greed is that some people become so greedy that literally you're encroaching upon the rights of others. There's one multi-billionaire, he is quoted as saying that empathy is a human weakness. Empathy is a human weakness. So that means you don't really care about what people feel. So his philosophy is I should just try to get as much as I can and exploit as many people as I can to accumulate as much as I can. But the result is, when you have many people like that, thinking like that, how a very large percentage of the population, a very small percentage, a very minute percentage of the population presents the majority of wealth within this world, and the rest of the population, the great majority, possess a very small fraction. Therefore, there is so much want. So this kingdom of Lord Ram and the kingdom that's talked about in the Vedic literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, it was not like that. It was a mood of abundance and satisfaction. And so that may seem something very, very remote and airy-fairy and very far-reached conception from the world we're living in today. And so you might think, well, what's the relevance of that concept to where I am right now in this world which is so stressful and chaotic? Our spiritual master, Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, when he was young, he was involved in the Gandhi's movement to liberate India from the British Raj. So you might say he was actually a political activist. And one of his friends invited him to go see this great saintly person, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who became our spiritual master's spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada, on meeting Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he posed some questions. He said, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was saying how Krishna consciousness was so important, God consciousness is very important in this age, it should be spread. And Srila Prabhupada put this question to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, would not it be better if India first became free from the rule of the British so that people would take India more seriously? And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur replied that the message of Krishna, the message of Lord Chaitanya, was so exclusively important, it does not depend upon any material circumstance. He said it can be spread anywhere at any time. He said it's such an important thing, it should be spread anywhere at any time and every time. And Srila Prabhupada, he mentioned that he was very much convinced by this individual, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Prabhupada said he actually considered that his spiritual master, because that first meeting, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati noticed that our spiritual master was Abhay Charandeya at that time. He spoke very good English. And so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said to our Srila Prabhupada, oh, you're educated in the English language, you should spread Krishna consciousness in the Western world. First meeting, I just met the man, he gives him this instruction. And Srila Prabhupada said he always thought of that, how he could do that. And then years later, he began to preach Krishna consciousness in India, and eventually he came to North America and started this movement in a very small way, and now, so many years later, there's temples all over the entire world. I've had the fortune to travel to 21 different countries, and everywhere we go, and beautiful temples, so many devotees. It came from that instruction of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta that Krishna consciousness was so exclusively important, it should be spread despite all obstacles. And a powerful example of that was how Krishna consciousness was actually spread in the former Soviet Union. So that was a very totalitarian regime. Religion was very much suppressed. Government was very strictly controlled. The KGB was like the underground police. They had spies everywhere. If you were doing something not approved by the state, you could be put in jail or sent to Siberia, some labor camp. It was extremely strict. Despite that, somehow Krishna consciousness spread. And it began with Srila Prabhupada going to India. Some Russian scholar, what was his name? Katashki. He arranged for some meeting with Srila Prabhupada. So on that invitation, Srila Prabhupada, he was able to go to Moscow. And Srila Prabhupada described that when he got to Moscow, they actually searched his bag. And so they were looking in a suitcase, and there was a Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada said the security man was looking at Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada said he thought, I'm finished. But the man just closed the book, zipped up the suitcase, and told Prabhupada to go. And somehow Prabhupada, when he was in Russia, one boy they met on the street. He became interested. They invited him to the hotel. Prabhupada preached to him for several days. He became initiated. He was Ananta Shanti. And they left a book with him. And he began telling others about Krishna consciousness. And somehow devotees found ways to smuggle books into India, into Russia. And that was very illegal at that time. And what the devotees would do, they would have these they'd have a film camera, and they would photograph every single page of a book. And then in their bathroom, they would have a laboratory where they would develop the pictures. They would take a picture of every book, they would develop it, print it, then they would stitch these photograph pages together and then distribute those books. And the Krishna consciousness spread in that way, in a very underground way. And at that time, some devotees were caught, and they were actually put in like labor camps in Siberia for doing that. But somehow Krishna consciousness spread, despite the great obstacles that these devotees faced. And it's quite remarkable. Like, we actually went to the former Soviet Union 4 times, visited many cities, and you see the influence now. There's actually thousands and thousands of devotees in the Soviet Union, very serious about Krishna consciousness. So that was spread despite all obstacles. So even our situation now, we have religious freedom, which is a very wonderful thing. We have a society where there's relative abundance. It is a world in which there is chaos and uncertainty and anxiety. But at the same time, just as it was as difficult to spread Krishna consciousness in places like the Soviet Union, we can also take to Krishna consciousness. At least we have the freedom, we can practice it. And Prabhupada said it can simply begin if just you take to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Srila Prabhupada, he used to say, you should just try this chanting in your home. He said, there's no expenditure, there's no tax on it, there's no loss. Just try it, you can only gain. And that's how Krishna consciousness spread throughout the world. People just tried chanting Hare Krishna, and they had some transcendental experience. So Srila Prabhupada, he would explain how this mantra, we might see it written in the Roman alphabet, and you might think, well, it's words. But Srila Prabhupada, he explained how that mantra, it's a sound vibration imported from the spiritual world. And by vibrating that mantra, it actually, when we chant sincerely within our hearts, it can transform us to that spiritual reality. So one will experience, if they try chanting Hare Krishna, you'll gradually notice a change in consciousness. If you read the books, Srila Prabhupada, he smuggled one book into Russia. Another devotee smuggled books in. And these were printed and spread. And that changed the lives of so many people, just reading those books and understanding the philosophy of Krishna consciousness and how one can become happy on the spiritual platform. It changed people's lives very greatly. And that's actually a little of us. Look at that. So we all have that facility in our lives that we can take to Krishna consciousness in some degree. Okay. I don't know if I should be shouting if the mic's not working, or I think it's working now. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. So, Lord Ramachandra, he was exemplary king. He led by example. And everyone here can be an example for someone. I've been a devotee for 54 years. So people are interested to hear from me because I've had 54 years of experience. You may have been a devotee for 10 years. You also have a lot of experience you can share with others. You may be a devotee for 1 year or 1 week. You know something that someone else doesn't know. You maybe know something for 1 day that gave you a positive experience. You can share that with others. And the more we share the spiritual knowledge we have with others, then the more that consciousness gets spread throughout society. And if we spread that consciousness, all of us, according to our ability and position, everyone is a leader in some degree, greater or small. Even your mother, you have a kid. You're bringing up your child in Krishna consciousness. You're leading your children. That's a very important, powerful thing. So if everyone does that, the world gradually changes. And it's described of the incarnation of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came to this world to spread the holy name of the Lord. And at one time, these Vedic mantras, like the Hare Krishna mantra, it was considered that only saintly persons or brahmanas should chant these mantras. No one else should chant them. They shouldn't be distributed freely. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and freely distributed those mantras. Freely distributed. I remember before becoming a devotee trying to get involved with one organization, and they sold me some mantra, and I was trying to ask them what the ultimate truth was, and they said, well, we can't tell you until you pay all the money for all the courses that we have. They wouldn't even tell me what the absolute truth was, what the goal was. And the first time I picked up one of Srila Prabhupada's books, the Bhagavad Gita as it is, I just read Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth. That's what I've been waiting to hear. And everything he said in his books, it was like something that was so clear, so lucid, I could see. Here, this is not just a philosophy, this is a way of life. And Prabhupada explained very practically, in very down-to-earth ways, how one can apply that philosophy of God consciousness in one's life in a very simple, practical way. So all of us who are long-term members in the society here, in the temple, or just visiting, we all have some understanding of Krishna and had some experience, and we can benefit others by telling them what we know, telling them what our experience is. Not that we want to push it down people's throat. We don't want to push it on people. But we want to let people have that experience, to have some spiritual experience. You can encourage people to chant. You can give them prasadam. Like many people, the first time they come to a temple, they find there's something about the food that's distributed here. Actually, in the former Soviet Union, the Russian devotees were telling us that the KGB had said there was 3 things that were a danger to communism: Western dress, Western music, and the Hare Krishnas. They actually considered the Hare Krishnas were a threat to communism. And apparently they were actually very concerned about the food that the devotees distributed. They thought that's why all these people were changing and becoming these crazy people who were chanting Hare Krishna. So they would go undercover and get some of the food and then take it out and take it to some laboratory, and they were trying to analyze what are these people putting in the food that's making these people change so much. It's not some chemical. It's called bhakti. It's called love. And because simple formula that Prabhupada gave, just to cook with love. Excuse me, kind of sentimental. Oh, even the prasadam transforms people's lives. So it's actually a very powerful spiritual process, and all of us have some degree of experience, and I encourage all of you to share what you know with others, and to all of you to read Srila Prabhupada's books, because the more you read Srila Prabhupada's books, the more deeply you can understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. The more deeply you can connect with Krishna, and the more satisfied you can become. And the more satisfied you become, that will make others also want to become satisfied by seeing what you have attained from the process. So I encourage you all, please take to Krishna consciousness according to whatever means you can, and enrich your life in that way. And we have maybe a couple of minutes for 1 or 2 questions if anyone has a question or comment. Okay, so thank you very much.
You go?
Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
great. Yes. Yes. Amazing. Yeah, keep the Rano pause going. What a sweet, sweet class. I told you it was going to be a special one for sure. So I just have a few announcements before we get to Prasadam. So first and foremost, Shikhar Praki Prabhu, who is our temple senior devotee, Shamdula Prabhu's father and Satyabhama Mataji's father-in-law, left his body yesterday. So we want to offer 3 rounds of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for his departed soul. So let's chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So we will also celebrate Ram Nomi on Thursday, March 26th at 6 p.m. onwards. So if you were moved by this class, we have more celebrations just this coming Thursday. This coming Thursday from 6 p.m. onwards right here in this temple. So the evening program includes a special artik to Sri Ramachandra as well as Kirtan, and then Prasadam will be served at 7:20 p.m. We will also observe fasting for Kamada Ekadasi on Saturday, March 28th, and we will break the fast the next day between 7:04 a.m. and 11:16 a.m. There is also free 2026 ISKCON Toronto calendars, which are available at the front desk. So please take one for yourself. You can take one for your family or friends as well. And then ISKCON Toronto's Building Improvement Committee is launching a new phase of renovations with a new multi-purpose balcony hall with a glass-walled space for education, arts, and performances to serve our growing community. So you can kind of see just up the balcony over there, those are the renovations going on in the temple room. So in order to let this continue moving and have this happen, we are aiming to raise $75,000, and we are humbly inviting you to support us. So you can visit the front desk for more details or to make a donation. So now this spring, who's enjoying the warm weather solely? I know it's a bit cold still, but who's excited for the warm weather with a show of hands? Yeah, I'm sure everyone. Everyone's hand should be up. So this spring, join ISKCON Toronto right here for a special Kirtan event. It's Harinam Eva Kevalam, Garden of Bhakti. So this will be a huge Kirtan event on Saturday, April 25th. So let's all come together to chant the holy names and cultivate the spirit of Bhakti in a joyful and uplifting atmosphere. So mark your calendars, more details to follow. And then for darshan timings, upcoming events, and festival details, please visit our website at torontokrishna.com. Now for today's cooks, we want to send our heartfelt thanks to Suchara Padma Mataji and her dedicated team. So a round of applause for the cooks today. Now for our sponsors for today, we have Anwesha on the occasion of her birthday. We have Anupam Dev and family who is sponsoring on the occasion of his father's birthday, Kedarnath Dev, and his son's birthday, Anjanaya Dev. We also have Siddharth Pandey Prabhu, who is sponsoring today's Sunday feast, seeking the blessings and the well-being of his family. And then we have Kushbu Mother, who is sponsoring on the occasion of her sister's birthday, Divya Amrigar. So we are grateful for all the sponsors, and we also want to we also want to do special prayers for 7-month-old Drishiv Soni, who is undergoing treatment for spinal muscular atrophy, to wish him a successful treatment. So for all the sponsors, as well as for 7-month-old Drishiv Soni, we will chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So if you would like to sponsor a Sunday feast or offer DD garlands, please approach a devotee at the front desk and they can help you with that. So just a final important note before Prashadam, the altar doors will reopen at 8 p.m. for Siyan Arti. So once the altar doors open, we are just kindly requesting that everyone who is honoring Prashadam, please don't honor it in the temple room. So if you're still honoring Prashadam, please go to the hallway or the balcony to continue. And then also do not throw any leftover Prashadam in the garbage. There are organic bins outside in the hallway, and there are also devotees there to help you out with that. We thank you for your cooperation, and you can now have Prashadam. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. If you do not find space to sit in the temple hall, you can move to the balcony and come back with the empty plate. The chairs are meant for senior citizens and people with mobility issues. Please offer chairs to senior citizens or people with mobility issues. Hare Krishna.